I'm so pleased you can join me today to begin your journey to nursing at University of Southampton. My name's Jim Bird. I'm a nurse first, I'm a lecturer, and I'm a senior admissions tutor for the nursing programmes at the university. I call it a journey because I want to take you with me from where you are now to somewhere exceptional, somewhere in the future where you can be, and indeed will be, an outstanding nurse that makes a huge difference into the lives of everyday people. People very much like you and me, and many people different from you and me. You see, I believe many of you, perhaps all of you, have already begun that journey, recognising that within you is a desire, an aspiration to influence the well-being of other people, beginning to acknowledge that your mind and your heart are shaping your thinking and decisions to consider nursing. The start of the journey is very variable. Sometimes it begins with us receiving healthcare ourselves, sometimes supporting the care needs of family members, maybe older relatives, maybe voluntary work through school or college or youth organisations, perhaps being a volunteer in a local nursing home, perhaps visiting close family or friends in hospital, placements from a course, even watching documentaries on television. We see nurses delivering care, behaving compassionately, making professional decisions, and much, much more. Those are at the heart of nursing. That's the beginning of the journey. Such experiences often, and I believe correctly, start us to have thoughts such as, I think I can do that. I want, or even I need to do that. Sometimes to ask ourselves questions such as, why did they do that? And occasionally, I think I can do a little bit better than that, a little bit better than what I'm seeing. That's really helpful thinking. That means you've begun the journey. But before we prepare for what lies ahead, it's helpful to know a little bit about the destination. Where are we going? What is nursing? I'd like to suggest that nursing is something that is both rewarding and challenging. We don't do it for the praise that we get. We don't do it for somebody saying thank you to us. Many do, some aren't able to. And it's always challenging. There's always something new. No 2 days will ever be the same. No 2 hours will ever be the same. Even no 2 minutes will ever be the same. And even with a whole ward full of people or group of people with very similar needs, each one, of course, is unique. We're unique individuals. And our responses to illness and frailty and needs of the body and of the mind, they're unique. And so we respond in unique ways. Those are challenging moments. Nursing is something that will always be transformative. It will be transformative for you. You see, you will always be the nurse. As soon as you put a uniform on, people will begin to recognise you as the nurse, whether you're at home, at work, around a friend's house. They will always recognise you as the nurse. It will transform who you are. It will change the person you are. And you will transform the lives of the people you care for. You see, the people we care for don't really want us there at all. They don't really want to be ill. In fact, in all my years, I've never met someone who's woken up in the morning and made a positive choice to be ill. These are things that almost always come across along unexpectedly. We don't anticipate illness. We don't anticipate physical illness, hearts, heads. We don't anticipate accidents. We don't anticipate depression and anxiety. None of these things are things that we look forward to, but these do happen to any person on the planet. And those people need nursing care. We begin to transform those people at that point of need when they cannot care for themselves. We're the people who step in. We're the ones who are there alongside them. And we genuinely make a difference. And there's a very personal makings of differences. You see, it's your name, you personally, that will shape the well-being of other people. It has your name on it, of your badge or your parents, the nurse with the glasses, the nurse with the hair. No matter who we are, then it will be you. You will be the person that the patients and the clients recognise. You, the individual, will be making a difference to those people. And your decisions, the priorities you make, the choices you make for other people, for their well-being and for their futures, You see, it's your choices that will make a difference. Again, it's got your name on it, my name on it. And also unique in nursing, as you will always be learning, always be growing. You'll always be developing professionally, because we never anticipate what's around the corner. 6 months ago, none of us had heard of COVID-19. In fact, it didn't exist or barely existed. And so in the last 6 months, we've learned many responses to many new situations. And every single day, every single week, every single year as a nurse, we will go on learning and developing professionally. And it's your skills, your professionalism, your leadership that will always be needed. Of course, at the heart of our destination, the purpose of the journey, and woven throughout the journey are people, all people. And at Southampton, at the university, our focus on global health means that we're preparing nurses to work with all people everywhere, not just in Southampton, not just in the south of England, not just in the UK, but globally. And indeed, that happens. Many of our nurses go on to graduate and then work in significant organisations right across the world. Global health is upon us, and at Southampton, our programmes embrace that. Nurses support a very large and really difficult to define group of people. We can often summarise them perhaps as people who experience deficiencies in health that require professional nursing care. This might be right across the age span, from conception and prematurity of infancy, right through to palliative care and older age. And let's not forget that the people we care for didn't choose to be there. They didn't anticipate being ill. Somebody once said to me that we don't choose, as nurses, we don't choose who we care for. I'm not sure if that's right. In fact, I think we do choose. We make a choice that we will care for every single person with needs who crosses our path. Of course, most people, most of the time, manage their own health needs without nursing care. You and I, listening, and myself and my family, we do the same. We sort out our own headaches, our indigestion. We follow the advice we receive from health professionals, and we adjust to our different needs and abilities from day to day, year to year. So in nursing, you as a nurse, we're thinking of people mainly with greater needs than that, people who cannot fully care for themselves, perhaps those who are unable to care for themselves at all, and very much so those for whom life might be limited in terms of time. To do so, we build relationships with our patients and our clients, people we don't know, in fact, people we may not ever cross paths with, people we may not invite round to a party or a barbecue, people who are unlikely to have ever seen before. You see, nursing is a relational profession. It must be. We must communicate. We must have the courage to deliver real care to real people. We must advocate for those in our care. We must challenge anything that isn't optimal for our patients and clients. They're not just the heart of what we are, they are the heart. It's not something we talk about, they are the centrality of all that we do. I'm going to play a short video now that's recorded in a safe mode, as it were, in the current coronavirus crisis. Good evening, madam. Is it okay to talk with you?
Fine.
That's very kind, thank you. And of course, you're a member of my household. We're filming this with regard to safe distancing and government regulations, but it's okay to stand here and maybe have a conversation. Would that be okay?
That's fine, yeah.
That's very kind of you, thank you, Lola. That's very kind of you, thank you. And can I stand a little bit closer, please?
Yes, you can.
Thank you. Now I call this bus queue distance. We're both waiting for number 4 home, and if we're at the bus stop, would this feel okay? A normal bus stop, normal times?
Normally it'd be fine, yeah.
Okay, thank you. And for the sake of this exercise, can I get a little bit closer, please?
Okay.
Thank you. Now, if I stand at this sort of distance, how do you feel at the moment? We're not touching, of course.
I feel quite small against you and a little bit uncomfortable.
A bit uncomfortable. And if for the sake of the exercise, I could stand a little bit closer and we're still not touching, and we're not going to, that's not appropriate. But of course, in nursing, we get much closer than this. You see, in nursing, we touch. It's not the touch we're used to in putting our arms around the shoulder of someone we care for. It's not a hug that we might do to a close relative. But in nursing, we touch people on a regular basis. We touch people on the body. all parts of their body as they have need at that time. That's part of the reason we're there, is to help them meet the needs that they cannot supply for themselves. And of course, touch isn't just physical touch. Touch is very much emotional touch. It's the way we get close to people. It doesn't just involve the physicality, but it involves emotion. People tell us things that they're fearful of, maybe things that they've just heard, some bad news. Maybe they're worried about tomorrow. Will there be a tomorrow? And on many occasions, people are able to share with us. And in fact, in those moments, we're able to support them and speak words that will encourage them and try and build them up and perhaps try and give them hope. Nursing involves relationship. Nursing involves that closeness of time with someone, that closeness of physicality as well as the emotion. I don't believe there's any other professions that involve quite that much closeness. In healthcare, yes, maybe it does in some others, but in nursing we spend significant amounts of time with people at their frailest, when they're at their lowest. After all, that's why we're there. They're unable to meet their own care needs themselves, and we come in, we step into their lives for a period of time in order to support them. That's one of the critical things about nursing. And Southampton nurses, we look for those qualities. Those are core, those qualities we've mentioned so far, those that you've recognised at the start of your journey. That is the foundation. And it's that we build on in order to increase your skills, your knowledge, and your capacity to nurse. You'll discover that nursing at Southampton is exceptional. In fact, it's outstanding, and we're so proud that our nursing programmes continue to be recognised as 5th in the whole world and recognised as 2nd in the United Kingdom. Employers in the UK and in the armed forces in Europe and globally continue to recognise Southampton nurses as excellent, and all of our students have enjoyed immediate and full employment for many years. So why is this? What is distinctive about nursing at Southampton? Well, the reasons, I believe, are multiple. We have exceptional, extended, fully refurbished simulation suites. We have a strong emphasis on student support and well-being. Our students having fun about enjoying their time at university. We have excellent placement opportunities with some of the largest and very best NHS trusts in the country. We have an innovative and progressive curriculum, but particularly our continued standing of being ranked first for the overall quality of our nursing research and the impact this has on patient care. Patients are very much at the heart of nursing courses at University of Southampton. Our world-leading professors are people you will get to know. They're my colleagues, and they are integral to delivering your nursing courses. They support modules. They'll deliver some of your lectures. They'll be your personal academic tutors to some of you. For example, the research of Professor Sue Latter has culminated in introducing non-medical prescribing in the UK, now becoming very widespread. And for most of you who study nursing at Southampton, we will develop you to be prescriber ready by the time you complete your studies with us. My colleague Jackie Bridges, Professor Bridges, she leads innovative research that enhances the delivery of complex care to older people in a variety of settings, both in and out of hospitals, in nursing homes and similar settings, and in the community in people's own homes. The research of some other colleagues, Professors Claire Foster and Alison Richardson, focuses on understanding and responding to the needs of people affected by cancer and other life-limiting illnesses, something which nurses encounter on a regular basis, no matter what area of nursing you go into. These are issues that we all face on a regular basis. My colleagues, Professor Peter Griffiths and Jane Bull, their research focuses on the healthcare workforce, and in particular, what are safe and effective nurse staffing levels in different types of settings, in intensive care units, in emergency departments, in different areas of wards, in the community. So they're really making a difference to the quality of nursing care that you and I engage in, and which you will continue to engage in for many, many years to come. At Southampton, ensuring our nursing courses are based on the most advanced practice possible is critically important. And it really, even that's not enough. See, our courses will prepare you to ask questions about the care you're involved in giving. to analyse the changing needs of the people you care for, to critically explore research, and then to innovate, to create solutions for future needs and future ways of working. We aim to create nurses who are exceptional on the day they qualify, exceptional on the day they complete their studies, and to remain exceptional as expert and advanced practitioners, as leaders, as educators and researchers in 5, 10, 15, 20 years' time, and may well be more than that. So what courses might you study at Southampton? Well, we offer a range of programmes. In fact, we have a suite of 12 programmes of study that lead to registration as a nurse. Half of these are undergraduate programmes, including the 3-year standard courses that often describe BSc honours degree courses in adult or mental health nursing or children's nursing, or a 4-year Masters in Nursing pre-registration programmes that combine any two of adult and child and mental health. And in addition, we have 6 nursing courses designed specifically to be entered on a postgraduate basis. Those are studied as a 2-year postgraduate diploma or 2-year MSc programme, again in adult mental health or children's nursing. And all of our courses, BSc, Masters in Nursing, postgraduate diploma and MSc, all lead to full NMC registration in the respective area of practice. And all are created in response to and validated against the most recent NMC education frameworks and guidance. We're preparing you for the future. Really important point from our perspective. All of our nursing courses are modular and they alternate periods of full-time academic study with 6 to 10-week blocks of full-time placements. The core structure of modules is predetermined and fixed, but the actual content is then continually developed in response to UK and global health priorities, and indeed to the latest research findings. I think you'll appreciate that some of the content, the perspective of the context of some of our modules has recently changed. We progressively change in response to significant health needs, including the one that we're all going through at the moment in the middle of 2020. Some modules will be specific to your own course, and others will be shared with other nursing students in your year. We're particularly pleased that many other modules will be pleased with all the health professional students at the university. That's a great opportunity for nurses and allied health professionals to begin the working relationships that will endure in the future practice over the coming decades. Current placements for nursing students are almost entirely in Hampshire, with a few also available in the Isle of Wight. We plan the placements for you, and we do that in order to get you as much of a balance of placements as possible. The majority are likely to be within your preferred clinical base area. Wherever possible, that will be true. Bearing in mind that the majority of placements are in the NHS, and indeed it's the NHS who will facilitate and arrange, therefore locate where most of those placements are. But we will ensure you get experience in diverse and complementary settings that will challenge and stretch your learning and your professional development. Depending on what your course is, you might expect placements across the relevant spectrum of age, of need, and of dependency, very much including community for everybody, acute and critical care placements, perhaps within a major trauma centre, and with a range of specialist services serving not just the local Hampshire population, but also the south coast of England, and indeed often way beyond that as well. At all times on your course, in both theory and practice modules, you and your learning will be closely supported by a personal academic tutor. And they in turn are supported by a range of module leads, professional practice advisors in placement, practice supervisors who will be trained nurses working in your placement areas, clinical teams, and those are in addition, of course, to the university services, including library, learning advisors, welfare and well-being teams, pastoral support, and a diverse and comprehensive range of central services, including things like finance, accommodation, and counselling. To access our courses, you will need to submit a UCAS application. That's the next stage of your shaping your journey into nursing. We want students who are talented, inquisitive, and most of all, demonstrate professionally oriented personal values, attitudes, and insights. We look out for those things in applications. Part of that includes our review of your academic learning. And for undergraduates, we expect applicants to have achieved or to be working towards the core GCSEs of maths and English language at grade 4 or better, or the old C, and a range of equivalents are sometimes considered. And that, of course, is in addition to what most people recognise as entry criteria, and that's level 3, typically A-levels at grades BBB, BTEC or CTEC, extended diplomas at DDN, access to higher education courses with 27 distinctions, various combination of those. And in fact, it's absolutely true to say that we welcome a very, very broad range of similar level 3 qualifications, including many studied outside of the UK, such as QQI from Ireland. And what I refer you to is a much more detailed guide to qualifications entry grades that is on the Open Day website at the moment. And indeed, to question that further and maybe to get a bespoke response to yourself, please contact myself or my colleagues through UniBuddy later today. Entry to those postgraduate courses needs applicants to be offering a first degree at 2-2 or higher. We're not generally too bothered what the first discipline is, but we are insistent on the 2-2 or higher. And some prior experience is not necessary for the undergraduate courses. It's useful, it's definitely not a requirement, but for the postgraduate courses and MSc, then yes, a little experience is essential. For all courses, all nursing courses, we expect some insight to science at level 2 at GCSE level, or at level 3 A level or equivalent. Where possible, we'd encourage your application to be supported by some prior experience. Although we recognise that for many that's difficult to achieve, often because of age, and certainly in the present COVID-19 situation, we understand that experience or relatively casual experience may be very difficult to come by. But nonetheless, if it is possible, we encourage you to seek some experience, maybe in a local nursing home or residential care home, maybe visiting one afternoon a week for a couple of hours, maybe doing so through a school or college contact, maybe volunteering with children or adults who are differently abled, who have different needs or additional needs of support with physical needs, emotional well-being, or even companionship. We want you to progress on your journey to Southampton, and we will spend a great deal of time looking at your UCAS application, looking at the whole application, and we guarantee to do that. We want to see that you're ambitious, and we want you to choose a nursing course at Southampton that will both interest you and challenge you. Your UCAS personal statement is important to us, and you'll find a more detailed guide to that on the Open Day website, and you're welcome to copy that, of course. It essentially asks 4 key questions, if you like, 4 areas to consider within your personal statement. Why do you want to be the mental health nurse? What do you understand about the role of an adult nurse? Tell us about your academic preparation, your choices that you're making in your current or most recent education. And tell us a little bit about your personal interests, your transferable skills. Those might be things that arise from your part-time job or voluntary work. It might be things like food hygiene training or manual handling or cash handling or customer service. We're really interested in those things, and we simply won't know unless you tell us. So we encourage you to really open up with the sort of person that you are. Our selection itself, of course, is adjusted to the circumstances and safe working that we'll encounter in the autumn. Typically, that is likely to involve a video-based interview with a nurse or with a current nurse or nursing lecturer, and reviewing for you to, the opportunity for you to review a scenario, again likely to be a short video, and in due course, after we've made that decision, hopefully to offer you a place, there will be opportunity to meet current students and staff before you make your final decision to choose the course that you've been offered at University of Southampton. Those are going to be really exciting moments, and we're really looking forward to enabling you to get to that point. I want to encourage you to start this journey, that exciting, maybe exhilarating journey that takes you to Southampton to become an extraordinary nurse in which you will deliver exceptional patient care and impact the care of many, many people. That dream, that aspiration you have, that nugget of decision making you have to become a nurse, we believe that's possible for you. And we encourage you to seriously consider applying for a place at University of Southampton. I really look forward to seeing your application in due course, and hopefully to chat with you and encourage you to talk with my colleagues and a number of our students on UniBuddy during the afternoon today. Thank you very much.